welcome back to another video. I hope you're all having a great day today because today we are going to be doing Franklin's long-awaited cage tour. Yay! I hope you all enjoy and let's get into it. Alright, let's get started with Franklin's cage tour. As always, all of these things will be linked in the description. I won't be able to find the exact products of everything, but I will definitely make sure to find something similar. So Franklin is currently in a 75-gallon aquarium. Here is a quick overview. He has a sand area, an 11-inch wheel, lots of toys, a hideout, and overall just lots of enrichment to keep him from getting bored, as Syrian hamsters can get bored very quickly. He also has roughly 13 to 14 inches of bedding in his deepest side, so he can make as many burrows as he needs to. I'm going to start off by explaining everything in this side of the cage, and then we will slowly move to the right as I go through all of these toys and accessories included in his enclosure. First of all, and probably one of the most important things in his enclosure, is this Night Angel multi-chamber hideout. I do believe it has 4 or 5 chambers. This is very good for hamsters to make burrows. It does not have a bottom. It is a bottomless hideout. They can burrow down, make chambers, make their nest, put food. Really great for hamsters to explore, and I overall just really love it. It is one of Franklin's favorite things by far. And on top of that hideout, he has this Willow Ring. This is just a big Willow Ring. He can chew on it, play on it. He really loves it. And with this hideout is one of these terracotta food dishes, as you can see. Franklin's actually hiding in there, so I'm not going to lift that up anymore. But this did come with a hideout. It is very nice. I don't usually put his seed mix in there, but I do put veggies in there to keep the bedding from getting soggy, so that is very helpful. And all around his cage you will see this pillow moss. This is all from PetSmart. I would recommend putting it in the freezer for at least 1 or 2 days before using it, as there can be bugs or bacteria in there or anything like that, and I really like to get rid of it before using it in my hamsters' cages. And here we also have this Bendy Bridge. I do believe this one is from PetSmart. It is just on top of the hideout to give it a nice look. I really like how it looks there. And next to that there is this water dish. This is actually just a natural water dish I got from the reptile store. It is just a Fluker's brand one, so I will link it in the description. And attached to that is this bigger Bendy Bridge. This is a Night Angel Bendy Bridge. You can find it on Amazon also. It is covered in this pillow moss that, again, I got from PetSmart. And right here is his Night Angel sand bath, but I did decide to put some eco earth into it. There is also these little pine cones from PetSmart that you will see throughout his cage, like here too. These are just some nice little accents to the cage, and I really love how they look. And again, this is just some eco earth. It is completely safe for hamsters as long as it's dried out properly. As you can see, this is perfectly dry and he loves digging in it. Here is just a little tiny rolly toy. Franklin doesn't actually chew on it much, but he does roll it around and it's really cute. So this is from Petco. I don't know if you can still get it from Petco. I haven't seen it in a while, but maybe it's just not currently in stock. Moving on, here is this big, beautiful piece of grapevine wood. This, I do believe, is also from our local reptile store. However, you can find similar pieces at your local Petcos or PetSmarts or on Pangea.com or any reptile website that sells something like this. Under that, there is a cork flat, also from a local reptile store, but I have seen them again at Petco, PetSmart, reptile websites, so they are very easy to get a hold of. Again, another one of these pine cones, and here is just a ceramic water dish from PetSmart, and it is just a basic white dish. I think I found it in the reptile section, so I decided to put that as a water dish right there, and it fits nicely in that little corner. So moving along here, throughout his enclosure you will see these millet and wheat sprays. All of these are from Chewy or the pet store. The wheat sprays I usually get from Chewy, but the millet sprays I get from Petco in the bird section. But please make sure the millet you buy for your hamsters is 100% natural, just millet, no flavoring. And here is a Night Angel ceramic tunnel from Amazon. Franklin loves this. If you're on my Instagram, you'll see pictures of him in it. It is by far one of his favorite toys. He loves everything in his cage, but every night when he comes out to say hi, I see him in this tunnel. One thing I forgot to mention is the bedding is just Carefresh white bedding. You can find this at basically any local pet store. I just got this white Carefresh from PetSmart or Petco. And this bedding is just the PetSmart brand bedding. I forgot exactly what it's called, but it's the natural color. I decided to switch over to the white color because I like it better, but I still had some of that left over, so I used it for the base. Over here you will see some little toys. This is just a Willow ball. This came in a pack of Willow balls from Petco actually. It came with some bigger ones that I gave to the piggies and smaller ones perfectly sized for the hammies. And here is just a Willow stick. You will see a lot of these throughout the enclosure. Those are from PetSmart. I just get a little bag of a ton of these little ones. I give some to the piggies and some to the hammies. Here is just a little hay stick. These are, I believe, also from PetSmart. You will see those throughout the hammies' cages. Those are just little hay sticks kind of wrapped together to look like that. And the hammies like destroying them. It's a very fun enrichment toy for them. Okay, now we're moving more over to the right side of his enclosure. As you can see, this is where the little Bendy Bridge ends. There's some more moss, some more little toys. Here is just a Timothy hay stick thing, I do believe. I got this in a pack of 3 from Petco. It's like a little lollipop type thing, and the hamsters love destroying it. One thing you can't see here is the Whimsy chews I get my hamsters. Franklin's is currently being destroyed in his burrow. The moment I put those Whimsies in there, he takes them. Lily likes the little tiny kind of bone-shaped ones, and Franklin destroys those huge alligator ones. I don't know how, but he just does, and he loves it. Over here is just one of these little, Over here is just one of these little, I don't know what to call it, willow bundles. There's also a hay bundle that came with it. Again, these little willow sticks and hay sticks kind of in a bundle with loofah. Franklin doesn't really tend to eat them or chew on them as much. They're more for just a cute decoration and if he wants to bonk them around and play with them and just kind of have some fun. And next to that is this terracotta pot toy. I put some food in there, maybe some treats, and it's really fun for them to bat it around and try to get in there, and sometimes they'll turn it into a hay stuffer toy, stuff some hay, stuff some treats. It's just a really fun thing, and it looks really nice in the enclosure, so I really love it. And over here is a cork round. It is actually a pretty medium-sized one from Petco. I don't remember when I got it, but I got it sometime from Petco. And it's just really nice. Franklin loves sitting in here. I take pictures of him in it all the time. He pokes his head out. It's adorable. This also helps kind of file their nails down. I have never trimmed a hamster's nails because they have natural elements in their enclosures. Anything wooden or grapevine wood or cork will kind of naturally file their nails down if you're lucky. Some people do still have to clip their hamster's nails. I know how to clip a hamster's nails, but I've never personally done it before. So I find that things like this are very good at keeping their nails in check. And over here is kind of a little secret corner, I guess. Franklin likes to chill back here. But this is a big piece of that millet and a little wheat spray. And another one of these pine cones because I'm obsessed with them and they just look really cute in the cages. Coming back over here, this is a tunnel. It is a willow tunnel, even though you can't see it very well, that I have chosen to bury in the substrate so that Franklin can go all the way down there. He has made like a little burrow back there. It's a great burrow starter. If you have hamsters that have a hard time starting burrows or they just don't burrow very deep, I would recommend giving them a little more bedding and putting something like this in for a burrow starter. Franklin has never had an issue with that. He burrows everywhere, so that's why I gave that to him. And as you can see over in this portion of the enclosure, I have just sprinkled a lot of these little toys everywhere. So you'll see a lot of the same things, the willow sticks, the millet, this little willow ball. I don't remember what this came with, but I'll find it somewhere. I'm sure it was from Petco. This little Bendy Bridge over here is the same one as the one sitting on top of his night angel hideout. It is just a little ramp so he can get down to the sand bath because as you can see, I mean, you can't see very well on camera, but that is a little bit of a drop, like maybe 4 or 5 inches to get down in there, and Franklin likes to awkwardly jump everywhere. So I decided to just do him a favor and put a little bridge and a ramp there so that he doesn't have to awkwardly jump like he likes to do with everything. This is from Petco, I do believe. It's a little bridge. I've used it for the guinea pigs before. They love chewing it, but it's a great sized Syrian hamster toy and I would highly recommend it. Here is a hay hideout. I don't remember the brand, but I did get it from a local pet store. I think they sell them online, like on Chewy or something. If you can find it, this is just a medium-sized hay hideout. And it is a really great thing to put in your hamster's sand bath, because if you don't know, hamsters really like to feel protected and safe in their sand baths, and they like to have a space to hide out where they can't really see anything or get scared. They really want to be able to have that sense of security when they're rolling around and trying to get clean in their sand bath. So here is just some kind of Bendy Bridge barrier I made. This is one from Petco. You can get it very easily at Petco. I just did that because I have this like cardboard barrier, and it didn't look very good when I first put it in the cage, and it wasn't keeping like the bedding out enough. So I just put this little thing in and it looks pretty cute there, so I left it there. And the last thing in Franklin's enclosure is this Night Angel wheel. This is the 11-inch silent, whatever it's called, wheel. I forgot the full name. But as you can see, it spins very smoothly. I barely have to touch it with my finger, and it just goes. Unfortunately, this little thing in the middle, there was supposed to be a wooden logo that said Night Angel there, and unfortunately, it did pop off. It didn't affect the wheel too much. It's just a little louder now, and you can see on the back there's that cute Night Angel logo, and I love this wheel so much. I have a similar one for Lily, and they just work great. I would highly recommend. So that is basically everything in Franklin's enclosure. Again, it is a 75-gallon aquarium with roughly 900 square inches of floor space or something like that. I will look it up and put it on the screen, but that is basically Franklin's home. I really hope you enjoyed the video. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you have a great rest of your day today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!